introduction. So I'll start with Sean. How you going, Sean?
Yeah, very well, thanks, mate. Yourself?
All good, thank you. Thank you for joining. And then we got celebrity coach Daz. How you going, Daz?
Hey up, mate.
You know who you are, don't be humble. And then we got all the way from North America, Brett. I won't go into detail, but thank you for joining, mate.
No worries, mate.
So, big card in Saudi Arabia at the weekend. Some people moaning about the time this is going to start because it's leaning towards the North American audience. A few grumpers in the UK. Good card, I think. Hard. So, first fight we're going to look at is Sam Noakes. So, Noakes versus Mason. Let's have it right. Noakes isn't meant to win this fight, is it? So, I'm going to come to Daz first. Daz, give us your thoughts on this one. Is it a close fight, or do you expect Mason to walk away with this quite easily?
I don't think it's going to be easy, mate. Fair. Sam's a real good fighter. Sam can hit as well. He can punch. But he's got a lot more. He's a good boxer. It's not going to be easy for Mason, but I do think Mason's going to come through and win. But it's not going to be easy for him. He's probably going to have his moments, Sam. But Mason's, in some people's eyes, Mason's the next big thing into.
Yeah.
He's the next
face of boxing,
the next star. So yeah, I think Sam. This is one of them fights where Sam's stock will rise in defeat. If I'm honest, I just hope that he doesn't, fight for a world title, come second, and then have to drop back down, like a British level. Because I think he's going to show he belongs at world level, and I hope that he gets a fair crack after this.
So if he was in his corner, Dad, and he got to jump on Mason and catch him earlier, do you think catch him a little bit cold?
No, I think Mason's too good for that. He's far too clever, I think. But at the same time, Sam can much respect. He's got to go in there believing he can win. And I think he probably will. It's one of them where he's pretty much knocked everyone out his fort, but then he showed another side to himself. He can use his skill. I'm sure they'll have come up with a plan, but I think he has got to gain Mason's respect early in some form.
So give us a prediction then, Daz, to close it off.
I think Mason will take this on points.
Okay. Brett, coming to you as an authentic North American. A lot of your boys seem to think Mason's just got to rock up and he's going to win this fight. Give us your thoughts. Can you hear us, Brett? Sean, just while Brett sorts his audio out, I'll come to you with the same question. Give us your thoughts on Noakes versus Mason.
Yeah, it's a really good fight, I think. I think Mason showed a bit in his last fight as well, where he got up off the floor. So he showed he's got that as well. I agree with Daz. I think Mason wins on points. I think Noakes will be competitive for the first portion of the fight, but then I think Mason will come on strong second half and show the gulf between the two fighters. So
in terms of a lot of North Americans thinking that Mason's going to next face of boxing, would you go as far as say that? Are you excited by him, Sean?
Yeah, I definitely think he's in the sort of 5 or 6 fighters you could say could be that, with the Shakurs, Devin Haney, all those type of guys. I definitely think he's in the conversation. I think he needs a couple of more standout performances to really put his flag in the ground. But for sure, he's definitely an elite fighter.
And did a prediction, did you agree with Daz on points, or have you got a different view? Sorry.
No, I agree with Daz. I think Mason on points.
Okay, Brett, can you hear us now?
Yes, mate. Is that better?
That's okay. It's all good. So I was saying, obviously, a lot of North Americans think that Mason just rocked up to this fight and he's going to win it quite easily. Give us your thoughts on how you think this plays out.
You know what, mate? You'd be surprised. The bandwagon jumpers think that, but the North Americans that actually know a little bit about something are actually quite impressed by Sam Noakes, and they know that this isn't a walkover. So my thoughts on this is, he's a young man, and he's being touted as being the next biggest thing. Imagine being a young man and being on that card, and then looking. I haven't seen the press conference today because I'm out and about, but looking down the line and seeing all these big names, I actually think one of the future stars of boxing is Bam, which we'll talk about in a minute. A real big star of boxing if he's not already. I think Mason is going to try and outperform like everybody, and he's going to try and be the standout performer of the night, which could lead him getting caught because, as Dad says, Noakes can bang. But in my opinion, I'm going to go down the lines that Mason's going to stop him late, and he's going to look absolutely sensational with a game Noakes trying to make a name for himself.
So when you say stop him late, I'm going to push you for a round, Brett. Give me a round.
9.
Round 9. Okay. Thank you very much. Moving on to the next one, which this fight really did excite me. A bit of needle there, isn't there? So Bam versus Martinez, WBC and WBO super flyweight title. What a job Eddie Hearn's done with Bam Rodriguez. Bearing in mind, he was a free agent before he got him. Fights on PBC undercards and top rank undercards. Nobody wanted to know him, really. I'll come to Sean first. Sean, give us your thoughts on this one. Smell a bit of an upset in the air. Prediction as well.
No, I don't think so. For me, I've got Bam as the pound for pound top 1 or 2, definitely 3 at a minimum, and I think he'll show why in this fight. I think he's the type of fighter that has the higher level opponents bring the best out of him, to be honest, and I think he'll show that again Saturday night, and I think he'll win by stoppage.
Okay, push you for a round then, Sean. Where do you think he's going?
Let's go 7.
7. Coming to you next then, Brett. Obviously, his missus had just had a baby boy, I believe. So could there be a scenario where he's took his eye off the ball a little bit during camp, etc., etc.? Give us your thoughts on Bam versus Martinez.
Listen, I think, like I said, the way the card's been set up, I don't think any of these fighters have took their eye off the ball. It's too much of a big magnitude of a card where all these top line fighters, every single one of them wants to come out as the top dog in front of the turkey's eye. And so regardless of what's been going off at home, Bam will be ready. And I think he's going to put on a destructive performance. I think he'll get him out of there in 6 rounds.
Wow, okay. Inclusive, that one, Brett. Coming to you next, Dad. I know you're a massive Bam fan from what you spoke about. Give us your thoughts. And can you see any scenario where you give Martinez a chance? He's a champion.
Yeah, you've got to give anyone a chance, mate, who's got 2 fists and an heartbeat. But no, he's not going to beat Bam. I think everything's going to be geared to, and I'll say it now, Bam v Inoue at some point. This is going to happen. Bam's going to keep doing what he's doing. Inoue's not going to go to featherweight. They're going to fight super bantam possibly, or a catchweight between super fly and super bantam. What Inoue's at? That's going to be the fight. What's going to happen?
That'll be the next super fight that Turkey chases, won't it? After AJ Fury, that's going to be his next one.
Yeah, that's
they've got the card. They've got the card on December 27th, haven't they? Where so
yeah, I don't think it's going. I don't think it's going to happen within the next couple of fights. I think it's going to be two or three, maybe. But for this fight, I think Bam's going to look spectacular. I've got to agree with Brett. Because listen, make no mistake, Bam's a nice kid as well.
Yeah.
He's full. But listen, he's got his eyes on Inoue. There's no two ways about it, because that's the defining fight.
I love it. I love it when a fighter tries to act all muggy on a press conference, and Bam just waved him away as though to say, "I'll see you in the ring. I'll see you in the ring."
Yeah, listen, it's the way to do it because listen, Bam's under no illusion. He don't want to give fire should that happen, and it's a respect thing. But yeah, I mean, Martinez giving him, listen, he's seen it all before, hasn't he? Amateur games are good grounding for listening to bullshit, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, listen, I think Bam's got his eye on Inoue, one eye on Inoue, but it's not. He's taking his mind off Martinez. He's got to look good to make that. Listen, that could be an absolute mega fight for the lower weights. I mean, you could be talking Barrera and Morales all over again.
Yeah. Yeah. So prediction then, Daz?
I think Bam will get rid of him in 7.
Okay, then just as I want one word winner. If Inoue does fight Bam, who wins? Sean, come to you first. Give
Bam.
Brett.
Oh man, I don't want to answer it.
Come ahead.
And no, because you save receipts all the time, and I'll change my mind 3 or 4 times.
There's nothing wrong with that. This is just off the cuff, Brett. Come on.
Right now, because I really like him, and that's the only reason, is Bam.
Yeah, I'll edit all that bit out before and just leave the Bam there. Daz?
If it happens in a catch weight between Superfly and Super Bantam, Bam's got a better chance, but I think Inoue will take him apart. I'm an Inoue fanboy, mate. Like Brett's an AJ fanboy.
Yeah. I'm leaning towards Bam.
Listen. I think I'll go on record as saying Inoue is head and shoulders, pound for pound, the best fighter around at the minute.
Well, if he does get
everything.
called down, we'll have to get one of them charity bets going then, won't we?
Yeah, definitely.
I fancy Bam. Okay. Moving on to the main event of the night, guys. Interesting one, this. Obviously, Anthony Yarde, WBC light heavyweight champion. Yarde's come up short a couple of times. Kovalev and Benavidez, no disgrace in that. Brett, I'm going to come to you first on this one. Simple question. Will we have another British world champion at the end of Saturday, Sunday morning?
Unfortunately not, no. I really like Anthony Yarde. I think he's it's not just about, because people are saying, well, he'll fight anybody. It's the easiest thing to say, he'll fight anybody. And he has tried. He's dared to be great, and he's come unstuck a few times. The only one questionable loss, and he was going through a really tough time in his family when over COVID, is when he lost to Linden. And so, and then he came back and he righted that wrong. And then he had another play with him, which was a waste of time. But he will go in there and he will give a good account for himself. The one thing about him is he ain't scared, and he'll go and fight. He's going there to win. It's not like he looks at Benavidez and goes, I'll come up here to pick a paycheck up. He knows he can bang. And my prediction is that Benavidez will stop him late on between round 8, 9. But I think Benavidez might hit the deck at some point and have to really work at this one. And if all reports are true, I ain't seen the press conference. You lads can tell me. They're telling me that Benavidez looks drained, and Anthony Yarde looks like a Greek god, like he just ripped everywhere. So
muscles don't win fights, do they?
So, no, we've seen that, haven't we? We've absolutely seen that over the years of muscles. But I'm just saying, Anthony looks good in his skin, whereas they're saying that he looks a little bit drained, Benavidez, where he struggled to get down in weight. But I actually think we're talking about some very, very special fighters on this card, and I personally believe Benavidez is extremely special as well, because his hand combination, he throws punches in bunches. He doesn't pop shot. It's combination. So I cannot wait for this fight. I'm really excited.
Okay, thank you much. Coming to you next, Daz. Daz, I know you're in the trainer, a bit like goalkeeper union in football, the trainer union, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Would Anthony Yarde benefit from leaving his Tundai?
It's a tough question, that, mate. To be fair, and I'll tell you, I'll tell you why. And with being busier with his punches, he fights very lazy for me. He's a fit guy, fights very lazy. I don't buy into all this tippy-tappy pad work and no sparring. I think he does proper pad work behind, away from the cameras. He's obviously got a bit of a special relationship with Tunde, so keep it going. But I think there's adjustments that need to be made. Going on to the fight, I think Benavidez absolutely outclasses him here. I think he makes him look what he is, and that's a British level fighter. I think he him up, if I'm honest. It's one of them fights where the only chance for me that Anthony Yarde has got is to catch him with an absolute belter of a punch
early
and have him in trouble or on the deck, or out cold. As far as the fight, Anthony for me he's not active with his hands enough. Doesn't throw enough. He sometimes likes to posture and do this little defensive movements. I just think your favourite saying, Carl, boxing's about levels. And I think Benavidez is levels above Anthony Yarde.
I mean, if it's about art,
I think he's gonna.
It'd be a multi-world champion, wouldn't it? It'd be undefeated, undisputed, even if it was about heart. He's got a heart.
Yeah, he has, mate, and he showed that. People listen. There's a saying: heart doesn't win fights. No, it doesn't solely, but it can contribute to you winning a fight. And maybe he's going to come out and be active with his hands. Maybe he's going to put a bit of pressure because he's obviously physically strong. Benavidez is just you can't walk into Benavidez because he's just going to absolutely ping you at will. I just think it's level. Benavidez is levels above him.
Cup final for Yarde. I can't see him getting back to this level if he don't win. Can you?
He shouldn't do, mate. He shouldn't do, but stranger things have happened.
Does it depend on his performance, though, Dad? If he makes a massive account of himself, will he then get another one?
Yeah. I tell you what, mate. I think if absolutely leathered, if I'm honest, and I just think he's going to get brought down and pulled out, stopped even by Benavidez, ref. But if he listen, we know what the British boxing game's like. If he shows art, if he gets knocked down 3 or 4 times and gets up, you're gonna have someone who's managing a light heavyweight who thinks, slide for me to put my man in with it.
Yeah. And there's
a
lot.
The light
heavyweight division in Britain strong into it. So you're right. There could be many people that are keeping an eye on that.
Listen, you've got a kid who's managed by Gradus Kraus.
Yeah, the Dutch kid.
Depending on Yarde's performance, they could think, you know what, might be. And he's a big name, and then we've got others. We've got Callum Smith. We've got Boatse. There's a lot of fights for him still, but
just before
I'm not so sure.
Just before I come to Sean, does Callum Smith beat Benavidez?
He gives him a better fight,
but he don't win.
He gives him a tougher night. No,
you don't think so?
No, I don't think he does.
No, mate. I think Benavidez is special, and he just the thing is with him, it's always about motivation, and I think I think Daz is right that he's gonna put on a good performance. I just think he might get caught early, sloppy, but because he knows he's the face of this card, and if he's the face of this card and he's motivated, Yarde could be in trouble. And I don't think Smith could do. He could maybe, Smith's got better pedigree for sure, but I still think he gets rid of him late on as well.
Interesting. Okay, cheers, Daz. Sean, coming to you. Listen, the other lads think obviously Yarde's not going to win this. What says you, Sean?
I agree, and I think Frank Warren's done a hell of a job with him, to be honest, because I think it was Sonny Edwards that made the point that Lyndon Arthur's his best win on his record, and to be honest, that's probably true. And to manufacture his third world title fight, albeit he's been semi-competitive in him, I think it's a hell of a job Frank Warren's done to get him there. You can think of plenty of lesser, more deserving fighters that wouldn't have this opportunity. So I think Yarde's got to take it. I don't think he will. I agree. I think Benavidez is a generational talent, and I think he'll dispatch of him quite easily.
Prediction then, Sean?
I think Benavidez in 5.
Okay. Here we go again. Bit of a round robin to finish the show off. Listen, I just want off the cuff here, guys. Does Benavidez beat Benavidez? Coming to you first, Daz.
No.
Okay. Brett, does Benavidez beat Benavidez?
No, too old.
Sean?
Now I'm going to make a hat trick of no's, I'm afraid.
Oh, aren't we all getting on famously here? So the next one, and I'll come to Brett first. Bivol, does he beat Benavidez?
Gives him a trickier night's work, but no.
Oh, you jet. Does Bivol beat Benavidez?
No.
Wow. Sean?
Yes.
I'll go yes for Bivol. Yeah, I think Bivol beat Benavidez. But what a fight that would be. Okay, so just on the half-hour mark, so I'd like to thank you all for giving us half an hour of your time. Daz, thank you very much for joining, fella, much appreciated. Brett, thanks for joining me in your car, much appreciated. And Sean, thanks for joining. This has been Last Ball Boxing, proudly sponsored by Shaw Building Services, SC Travel.